In this year's presidential election, a handful of issues stand above the rest. We asked you to tell us what matters most in all of this. Important race, of course. This week we are talking and taking a much deeper look at where the candidates stand on these topics in our Pennsylvania's Choice series.
And tonight, Fox 43's Marshall Keeley breaks down how each candidate plans to address immigration and the issues at the U.S. southern border.
It's more than 1,500 miles from Pennsylvania, but the situation at the U.S. southern border with Mexico continues to loom large in this swing state. One presidential candidate talks about illegal immigration from the podium more than any other topic.
We're going to close that border so tight, it's going to be closed.
Immigration has always been Donald Trump's #1 issue.
The campaigns kind of set the agenda. Obviously, this has been a centerpiece of the Trump campaign.
Former President Trump's stance on immigration policy has evolved since his time in the Oval Office. He's still in favor of a border wall, but has also expressed support for large deportations. He plans to enact a series of executive orders if elected, stripping the citizenship rights from children of undocumented immigrants, implementing a travel ban, and unleashing interior immigration enforcement.
He has long advocated for a border wall, and in fact, the Biden administration has continued construction of that border wall. But now, because that border wall is continuing, Donald Trump has moved to a harsher stand on immigration.
He wants to turn much of the campaign rhetoric into a referendum on immigration policy because he thinks and has expressed that immigration affects our lives in many ways.
Despite his inability to solve the problem during his time in office, the former president has continually pinned the blame on the failings of the Biden administration and, by association, Vice President Harris.
The problem for Vice President Harris is that during the Biden administration, the immigration problem did not go away. And in fact, President Biden really only dealt with the issue of immigration with, 6 months before the election, something like that.
I don't hear Democrats talking about it as much except to say, well, President Trump, you're to blame for killing a bill that could have solved this problem. That's their approach.
I have no pride in saying that this is a perfect immigration system. I've been clear, I think we all are, that it needs to be fixed.
While the vice president has faced criticism on the issue of immigration from Republicans, she plans to reintroduce the bipartisan border security bill if elected, promising to overhaul the country's immigration system and support Border Patrol.
They had a bipartisan bill that was scuttled by President Trump's desire not to support it. That bill could be resurrected.
Whoever ends up in the White House, patching the problem at the border will only happen through cooperation.
It really is going to take a bipartisan measure in Congress in order to fix the system that is, by all accounts, really broken.
Marshall Keeley, Fox 43 News.